Okay, so morning of the show. It's makeup time. The bit I dread, but I am just starting. So this is what I am using. I am using a primer, which is a MAC primer, and this kind of seals all the pores, all the skin. On my eyes, I'm then using an eyeshadow primer, and I've got an Urban Decay eye primer. So the idea is that my makeup, once it's on, won't move for the rest of the day. So what I'm going to do with my eyes today is I'm going to do, because I've got little eyes, I want to make them look bigger. So the idea is that I'm going to put on colours that are going to complement the suit that I'm wearing. So I'm wearing green. I'm going to be using golds and browns and really kind of warm browns, not grey browns. So I've got my MAC. And then I'm going to be using that in with a Dior one. The Dior one's got some slight, a slight shimmer to it, but not too much, and coffee. Right, here goes. So first of all, I'm going to cover my lids with a paint pot, and this one is a MAC paint pot. This is going to go over the whole of the eye, the whole of the brow bone. So as you can see, put it round the whole of the brow line. I don't want to go too heavy because I do have small eyes, and if I go too heavy, I'm going to start looking a bit like a drag queen on stage. So I want to enhance what I've got. I don't want to change my look. I want to enhance the shape of my eyes, and I want to enhance the colour of my eyes. So as you can see already, it's highlighted this. I will do my foundation at the end. Once my eyes are done, I will then do my foundation. And for that, I use an amazing beauty blender, but I'll show you that shortly. Okay, so the next step is to then find the colour that I want for my eyes. So I'm going to go for in the creases of my eyes are going to be the darkest colour I'm going to use. So right in the corners and the creases, I'm going to use the darkest one. And this is going to enhance the shape of my eye. And I'm going from a line from my eye upwards to give my eye more like the cat effect. As you can see, it's starting to take shape. And I do each eye slowly, one at a time. Keep going back and adding more to, rather than putting on too much and having to take it off. So I make sure that even first I get the template that I wanted to use, and then I match them up. Am I nervous for this show? Yes. Am I trying to concentrate? Yes. So I'm not great at makeup, I'll be honest. It's one thing I'm not very good at, is doing my own makeup. However, I am going to learn to get it exactly right. So I'm just trying to now match up. Now I've kind of got the shape that I want to work with. I've got the depth of the colour that I want. I don't want to go too much darker than that. But I'm then going to start creating and blending it with some warmer colours. So to the dark, I'm then going to start putting in more like the browns and the golds. You can see it's getting lighter. What I don't want to do is, because this is quite a warm colour, I don't want to look like I've been punched in the eye and that it's like a bruise. So I'm going to mix in a bit of the green to change the colour up just a little bit. And if I find it's too much, I can bring it down. In the corners here, I'm using a lot lighter so that I can open my eyes up, and I'm creating a cat effect with my eyes. So you can see. And again, blending in some of the green. It's going to just change and take away that reddy look that the brown's got, because it's quite a warm brown. Don't want it to look red. And I'm just following the shape of my eye. Now I'm going to use this colour on here, the lighter one, to just on top of my eyelid. As you can see, it's just lightened the top of my eyelid. Make sure that you go back over the initial line here that you had and blend it back in, so that you don't get too much of a two-tone. Again, I'm going lighter still on the eyelid. Then, going back to my initial contours of my eye, go back to the dark one. As you can see, it's just making that pop. Okay, so next I am now shaping my eye, and as you can see, if you look from the edge here, it's all in line. So from my eyebrow to the tip of the flick under my eye, I'm going to be shaping my eye and trying to make them look bigger because I have such small eyes. But the liquid liner, as you can see, is to shape the shape of my eye. So do this in really slow stages. If you're not very good at it like me, just gently stroke the brush and follow the direction of the eye. And the important thing is to get them even. If you follow the shape of your eye, your own eye, you can't go wrong. So when you look then, you might see that one is slightly longer or slightly thicker than the other. And don't rush this part. You're getting there. Okay, so a really good tip, if you know that you have gone slightly wrong, get a good concealer. I've got a really good Chantecaille, which is a French brand. I've got a concealer. And if you've made a mistake, just literally use your concealer brush to lift it out. And this will mean that you get a perfect line with your concealer, and you get rid of any of the angles that you don't want or any of the slight errors. And then it means that you can go back over it in the... You can go back over it in the dark if you need to. So once you've done this, you then find that there's a bit of a dark line between the black line and your eyeshadow. So go back over and do the crease again. Alright, so the idea now is that I'm starting to blend the underneath of my eye with the upper of my eye. So I've blended my colours just now to make sure that I have no lines. So in the creases are darker on the outside and then they gradually get smaller. And I'm actually eventually going to put some shine here to brighten the eye up. Now, underneath my eye, I've got the darkest eyeshadow that I've been using. And I don't go all the way to the end. I actually go thicker at this end, here, and I blend it in with my eye. And as you can see, I'm starting to get that cat look. See? Now, in order for my eyes to pop on stage, like I say, I've got small eyes, so I've darkened underneath, not too dark because they'll start looking heavy. And then I use a white, or in fact it's a pink rather than white, because white looks a bit freaky. It's a pink eyeliner that's going to go on my waterline. So here, as you can see, already it's open in the eye.